Serge Nubret and Robby Robinson, two of the greatest bodybuilders of all time. These two guys definitely have a lot in common. Both of them competed way back when, 60s, 70s, even up into the 80s, both gentlemen. And of course, both guys placed second at the Olympia. One to Arnold Schwarzenegger in Serge Nubret, and Robby Robinson placing second to Frank Zane. So a lot in common, for sure. But in actuality, these guys are somewhat apples versus oranges. Serge Nubret, he is one of those statuesque type guys. Huge, big chest, big bulbous chest. Looks like one of them handsome men on the cover of those love novels, things of that nature. Great big delts, too. And a set of abs that would rival anybody's of his time. I mean, the guy was just built like that. And on the other side of the token, we have Robby Robinson, who excels in the V-taper area. That just unbelievable set of lats, and the biceps are mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. So, like I said, somewhat apples versus oranges, both of these guys, right down to the very garments that they wore. Take a look at this leisure suit on Robby Robinson. It looks like it is comfortable to the touch. You could just imagine. I mean, he looks like he's ready for bed, like, right? And all the muscles. Imagine all the women. Oh, Robby, go put on that leisure suit. Could you imagine? And it is a nice leisure suit. Looks like it's comfortable. I think he's the type of guy that likes to be comfortable. And on the side of Serge Nubret, these guys are opposites. He wears like a karate one-piece jumpsuit. Doesn't look like you can lounge and sit and watch TV or something like that, but it looks like he's ready for action, like a karate suit. So he's got the karate suit. Robby Robinson has what I believe would have been some sort of a polyester blend, I'm sure. Probably wasn't satin. Could have been velvet. It sure looked good, but definitely more comfortable than the karate suit of Serge Nubret. So let us go through some poses that I did set up. And the first few will be actually photo shoots, which are fun, but less in the way of actually making an educated judgment on who was a better bodybuilder. But you can see those great big pecs of Serge gonna play a part. Delts as well. He's gonna have an advantage. Abs for sure. So what does Robby have working for him? I think he is winning on the wheels. Here is an outstanding, nice form-fitting comparison, side chest pose. Serge, look at the big round pecs. Much like Arnold, him and Arnold, the best pecs of all time, let's face it. They just look like big packages of muscle. And the delts as well. Triceps, Serge. Now, for the rest, the ripped condition of a bodybuilder, and the wheels, of course. Robby Robinson is your man, so right to their muscles. I mean, these guys, opposites. Now, when it comes to the back, it could be of some debate. Judging on this one, Serge has the bicep. He just lacks that tricep sweep on the outside. He has the inner tricep you can see from the forearm. Good lats, good traps as well. But Robby seems to be more outstanding in that aspect. And the wheels, of course. The thing of it is, guys, there's not many pictures of Serge Nubret's, the back itself, the back development. I apologize, a little tongue-tied for this one. These are Robby's two back shots. He has a rear lat and a rear double. That would definitely be able to compete with guys today that are on the lower end of the IFBB. I mean, this is a supreme back development. Boys, I'm here to tell you. So, I don't think there's any debate. I think Robby Robinson would, in fact, win the back shots. With all due respect to Serge, of course. Look at those arms of Robby. They look like two great big ham roasts. Here is the first on-stage shot, fitting front double bicep pose, both from the 1975 Olympia/Universe. It was in Pretoria, South Africa. Awesome. Same lighting, things of that nature. And Serge, he is holding his own in this Robby shot. Robby, of course, winning in the V-taper. We know that. He's a lot shorter, though, guys. He's not going to be as tall and pronounced as this Serge Nubret. And the separation, midsection, of course. Biceps look good for Serge. Not bad at all. Not as good in the V-taper, of course. And the wheels look good for Serge. But ultimately, I think Robby Robinson would get that aspect. So front double, I'd give it to Robby. The front lat, this is definitely a Robby shot. Couldn't find a good prime time Serge Nubret front lat spread. This is from 72. He was maybe his prime in 73, 74, 75. I mean, the guy was unbelievable. But he wasn't bad here. It's just not a good shot. He just does not know how to, or he didn't know how to strike it. May he rest in peace. Robby's still with us, thank goodness. Look at those lats on Robby. V-taper, obviously, it's a no-brainer. The guy with the better V-taper is going to win the shot. Turn to the side here. This is an interesting situation. This is Robby from his younger years. This is probably like 74, maybe 75. The guy competed up until 2023. He's probably still, to this day, chiseled. Now, Serge, he shows that delt. He is so far. He's light years ahead of Robby on the delt. Maybe the tricep too. It's big. I don't know if it has a separation. Robby's got a mean-looking tricep too. Chest here. Robby's chest looks good for this shot, but Serge is going to be hard to defeat in the big man's chest region, in the regencies. Baby, please. Here is the side tricep. And Robby shocks me in this one. Shock. Shocks me in the size of that tricep. Of course, he has a big back, a la Dorian Yates. Or Dorian Yates, a la Robby Robinson. And you can push your lat up against your tricep and make it look even bigger. Look at that statuesque picture of Serge Nubret. Of course, Tyler Mannion said you can't do that anymore. This picture probably taken before even Jim Mannion would have been, he would have been in his later 20s anyway, back 75, maybe even 30. He's getting up there in age. Definitely did not get the memo, did Serge Nubret. So close, maybe even an edge to Serge. The back double, you can see, guys, it's not worth to even show for Serge Nubret. I mean, you can't see detail, it's a bad picture, and he just wasn't opened up. To be fair, Serge Nubret, and I'm sure you Nubretites would have been thinking at the start when I showed the two back shots, well, surely you have to show this picture of Serge. It was later on in his career, and I'm telling you right now, guys, he worked harder on his overall bodybuilding package after pumping iron. He really improved that back, and I think he did prove, or he is proving, that he could hold his own against Robby Robinson in the back development. Maybe not the rear lat, but the rear double. I guess he could hold the arms up. It would be the exact same thing here. Lower half, Robby, he's chiseled, peeled, chiseled. He's in good condition, especially for his time. And you got to think here, Serge, probably later 40s. He was probably in his later 40s. And Robby, I mean, you could look at him in his later 40s too. He was still shredded to the diced. Here is the abs and thigh. A bad picture for Robby, and not the greatest one for Serge Nubret. But I think, much like the back shots, except for Serge this time, I think it's a no-brainer. I think Serge, the stronger abs, of course, and he's just gonna win the shot. Robby has a great classic V-taper and some good quads as well. But for some strange reason, this was just never his best pose. I mean, the guy wasn't weak by any means in the shot, but just maybe not the best pose for Robby. So at the end of the day, both of these guys, legends for sure. And in a shot like this, I mean, you can't really go by the basis of Robby being more shredded, more conditioned, because Serge Nubret looks to be the more shredded guy here, for sure. And you can't say that Robby didn't have the big, round, thick, full muscle bellies and delts and chest because in this picture, he looks like he does. So in both cases, true legends, and you could say Serge Nubret winning. I would give it to Robby. I don't like to do too many comparisons with Robby because he's my favorite bodybuilder, and I tend to lean towards Robby. Whether you put him up against Arnold Schwarzenegger, or, Serge Nubret, even Nick Walker, who do Nick Walker here, and you could still have Robby Robinson defeating him for sure, beating him in every pose. So yes, Robby Robinson, my favorite bodybuilder. Not only that, but my very first ever video on Mark's Max Muscle's channel. That's right, I'm not Mark's Max Muscle. It's the name of the channel that I do commentary for. And you guys have created it. You guys make it what it is. And Robby Robinson is a huge key factor in this channel as well.
Oh, come on! Subscribe to my channel, please, if you have not already. And if you would like to, check out my latest video as well. And there is a playlist if you want to really help me out. You could watch a bunch of videos as well. Have a great one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, come on, Billy!